Retired Dr. Besigye, Haji Obedi Rutale, and Captain Ola Oyadenish appeared at High Court Criminal Division in Kampala on charges of treason and misprision of treason in the case presided over by Judge Emmanuel Baguma. Upon resuming the hearing, the prosecution disclosed evidence to Dr. Besigye and Haji Obedi Rutale, including electronic evidence, statements from the two investigating officers, and other evidential materials. Court had earlier directed Dr. Besigye and Rutale to select lawyers from the state brief scheme to represent them. However, Dr. Besigye told court that although the list of more than 700 state brief lawyers had been availed unto them, they have not been given sufficient time to review them and to make an informed choice.
The list, the lawyers were testified at about 6 p.m. last evening. As you have indeed observed, they are totaling 786. Who would like to be guided how to proceed with selecting those that can represent us if our legal representation challenges. The court is aware that the charges we face are very serious and very complex. Considering that they cover events in 4 countries, some of the evidence that we are faced with is technical, electronic evidence. And so in selection of legal representation, it's vital that we understand the competencies of the various lawyers on this role, and that then, guided by the various competencies available to us, we make a selection that is simply provided and names, the year of enrollment, the jurisdiction or magisterial area where they serve, and their telephone contacts. So, I am seeking for guidance on how we can get to understand their competencies so that we are facilitated to make a selection. I would also like to reiterate our earlier presentation to this court that the legal team we had is a team we are very comfortable with its competencies. It would still be available to us to represent us in this matter. Once matters relating to their security have been resolved, which, as we have been pointing out, those matters are contained in our application number 248, which is before the High Court. Which is before the High Court, this High Court, and which follow up, find out what is happening to it. It's an application that was filed last month, an application that directly touches on the matter before this court. We think it would be an injustice to the people of Uganda to pay for lawyers for us when we are able to meet the requirements of our representation, especially in these hard times when people are dying of hunger. We'll get an update on our application 248 that can help to resolve our legal representation.
Dr. Besigye asked court to grant them 2 weeks to scrutinize the list of advocates and assess their suitability before making a selection. However, the prosecution objected to the request.
Yes, as we studied, there was inquiry into the status of...
I am going to that. Let me first to know we are still on your side.
As I pointed out, sir,
how long do you need to study the list? I've told you it is verified and...
before I talk about the length of time, what I need to guide me to decide. I have no doubt that all of them are qualified lawyers.
So how long do you need to make your statement?
What I pointed out, sir, is that lawyers have different competencies.
That's okay. So how long?
And so to select a lawyer for a particular task, one needs to understand their specific
That's what I'm
competencies.
asking. Guide me. Say how long do you need to make that?
So, considering the constraints we have, maybe about 2 weeks. Hopefully we would have had an understanding. And if the court has information beyond the fact that they were verified as lawyers in terms of what they have experience in, that would be helpful also if the court would avail it to us.
Dr. Kizza Besigye also raised concerns over the delay in resolving the issue of legal representation, as well as the conditions under which they are being held at Luzira Government Prison.
The prosecutor said, take cognizance of the fact that we are not only in prison, we are in prison in the prison. In Luzira, which is the maximum security prison of Uganda, there are also prisons inside of areas where we cannot interact with other prisoners.
I didn't get you. You are responding on what he said.
Yes, he says 1 week is enough.
You are
So
responding
even
the
to
time of
communicate
1
to
week.
the administration is a process. There is a process through which we
You are
can,
responding
on the time.
time of 1 week
Yes.
against the 2 weeks.
Yes, even the 2 weeks, I am not sure that it will be enough, but I suggested 2 weeks as a reasonable time within which we can try to do all we can. And I'm just highlighting the challenges we face in doing what is before us. That we are doubly confined. That the administration of the Uganda prisons at Luzira is highly intimidated about our case. They handle it like it is nuclear material. anything related to us. That's why our applications to this court come very late, because they are not commissioned. The prison has many justices of peace who should commission documents. But ours can only be commissioned by one person, who is the OC. The letter that came to court, hopefully it arrived on Monday when we were here, which I was referring to, was a letter we had written to you, Mr. Judge, on Thursday last week. But we were not allowed to sign it until Monday, when we were coming to court, when the OC would be around. So I reiterate my earlier suggestion that 2 weeks may be sufficient to get information on the lawyers on the road and to decide.
They come here after within 2 weeks maintenance.
Mr. Judge, I still have a very burning issue.
I am saying I have taken it from today.
Yes, another issue, I'm not asking on that.
Yes.
The other issue is to inform court. I informed the court at our last appearance that we had filed a notice of appeal for the matter of the senior's application 227. I now wish to further inform court that we have filed an application number 269 of 220, just for the record.
You know the record, I can't write that application is another file. It's okay.
I'm just informing.
There is application where you find the notice of appeal and ask for the record. I have forwarded those, the record you got the record in that completed file and the notice of appeal. So if there is any other,
we have filed an application for stay of the 335.
Is you are right, it's okay. I don't have it here.
So we need to be heard at the next appearance.
I don't have it here. Let us, if you have filed, we shall look at it.
Additionally, sir, I don't know why you don't give us time.
No, I have done this matter.
Yes, yes, I have other matters.
Yes, I don't have anywhere to write.
Yes,
I don't have anywhere to write. I have
other matters.
If you have other concerns,
yes,
to them I address.
We have just been given disclosures that include electronic equipment, which upon arrival at Rosina is going to be confiscated.
Sure.
Yes. So we need orders.
Who is in charge? So let me hear the
They are here.
Who is the head?
Him.
Now, let us do this. That one, let us respect the order. Because I have given the order to disclose partially to them, and they have disclosed to them. So maybe we are going to give that order to the police.
So that they don't.
Yes, confiscate the items.
That these are our materials, you have no access to. So, I have a final issue, which is a burning issue actually. It's a matter over which I touched on at our last appearance, but which I think needs to be given more substantive consideration by this court. Yes, so I intend to now formally ask court, in respect of what Mr. Museveni said on the 4th of July.
Put it in writing so that I'm able to disclose. Because now I am not the team.
Yeah, but
If you have that concern, put it in writing, and then everybody is clear. But now we have done that case. I have guided disclosure.
this matter, the reason I think
Feel
it's...
free to put it in writing. You have in writing.
Yes, but it is urgent. The urgency of it is that...
Can you allow us to guide you?
Yes, sir.
Put those concerns so that I am able to because now feel free to put them in
The problem is that you have given us 2 weeks, which is...
even if it's tomorrow,
So if we put it in...
you need to go to the sales around him to give you time to write.
After hearing submissions from both sides, Judge Baguma informed the accused that the Deputy Registrars shortlisted 3 state brief advocates for their consideration. These include Julius Sirwambala, Sylvia Namaweje, and Sala Awero. Judge Baguma nevertheless granted the accused 2 weeks to review the list of state brief lawyers before making their final choice. Court further directed the accused to use the same period to study the prosecution evidence together with their selected lawyers. Court resumed for hearing on 28 July 2026. As was the case during the previous court sitting, Dr. Besigye and Hajobedi Lutale appeared without legal representation, while Captain Ola Oyadenish was represented by his lawyer.
Never surrender. Never, never, never